Fine.
We got it, Coach.
We believed, man. I'm like, man, we've been here too many times. Okay, it's almost like I'll tell you another cool story. Philippians 4:6. Don't worry about anything. Pray about everything. Okay. On the way up there, riding with Rowdy on the jet. I'm like, man, I've been up here twice. Tried to do it on my own. Went home in tears both 2 times. Prayed a prayer right there on the jet. Lord, this is your tournament. Whatever happens is in your will. And when you pray something like that and you mean it, buddy, all pressure falls right off. Gone. So that's all we did. That was the difference. I believe that's what I tell everybody. That was the difference, man. It was like that. We played so loose. We didn't make an error.
Yeah.
Breaker 19 for that Brockway 18-wheeler. Come on, good buddy.
Did I catch a niner in there? Were you calling from a walkie-talkie?
Imagine if we had these when we were 12?
Even better. We got them when we're 40.
Come ahead on, Bandit. We'll slip you into the rocking chair. Play a little hide and seek. The welcome mat is out and you're coming home.
All night at the end of the day.
And that's why, man. Just playing loose. Playing loose. And one thing I do think needs to be talked about was, Christian McLeod that night did not have his best stuff. Mm-hmm. And he caught a lot of flack for that.
Yep.
A lot. And it made me so mad because every morning at 6 a.m. when we had to work out, he was right next to me. Every time, I was struggling, guess who was picking me up? And people don't realize how hard it is to perform in that kind of environment.
Oh, yeah.
And people don't realize how much he did and how hard he worked to perform in that environment. Some days it just don't happen. And unfortunately for him, on that day, it was a really big stage. But I guarantee you this, if he gets that start 10 times, 7 out of 10 times, 8 out of 10 times, they're good starts. It just didn't happen for him that day. And you know what? When we won, guess who was dogpiling? Christian McLeod. He's a part of the team.
That's right.
You know what I mean? He was in the dugout. He wasn't hiding from it. He was in the dugout next day getting after it, supporting. Great teammate, man. That's how you win with folks like that. He could have very easily packed it up and said, man, nobody likes me. I don't want to be here and sat in the corner of the dugout all day. But nope.
Baseball's tough.
Baseball is humbling. You can't.
Baseball
you don't pick what day you do good.
Baseball is the only sport in the world that you do something 3 out of 10 times and you're a Hall of Famer.
That's it.
Right.
That's it. Like you said, you come to the yard. If I could do good every time, man, I'd be. If I pick the days, all right, I'm showing up at the yard today. I'm going to play good today. I'm going to play good tomorrow. I'm going to play good every day. If you do that, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean? It's just not.
Well, it's like I've said it before because I'm a pitcher's daddy, but if there's nobody in this world that can tell you why Bednar could pitch, lights out one day and the next day he can't get out of 1 inning. There's nobody in this world that can tell you it's from here to the tip of his finger. It's something there that's right one day,
man.
It's not the next.
I got so tired of getting on social media and people attacking Christian. Like, oh my God! I'm like, look, if you got a problem, me and him are gonna be right here, and I want to be standing right next to him when you come over here and talk to him. Because I promise you, I know a little bit more about what's going on than you do. Okay, so you just gotta a grown man is attacking a 19-year-old, 20-year-old kid because he didn't perform in the best. In the biggest stage of his life.
While you were sitting on your couch.
While you've been sitting on the couch doing nothing. He has worked since he's 5, 6 years old to get here. And it didn't happen. That's the game.
Yeah.
That is the game.
That's the worst part of fans right there.
That is.
But
it's not going to change, so we might as well get used to it.
No.
It's just going to keep getting worse.
But and it's just like a kicker, a kicker in a big game misses a field goal. It happens.
It happens.
And baseball is literally a game of averages and numbers. You're gonna it's literally like analytics, right? You're gonna have bad days.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. Man, I can't tell you how many strikeouts I've had in big moments. He probably can't tell you either, but he remembers all the big hits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how it is, dude. This is how it is, man. I remember we were playing Texas A&M on a Friday night. I came up. It was after I hit the big triple against Ole Miss, like a week or two before. Came up with the bases loaded, places going rocking and rolling, struck out. Like, yeah, right. Wind sucked out of us. Had a big inning. And I remember inside, I'm like, man, that's part of the game. I'm gonna have another chance to win the game. Come up within 11th, hit a home run to win the game. So in baseball, you've got to have the shortest memory. And it's really easier said than done.
Well, that's why I said earlier when Sims came in the game, baseball.
Game.
You can score especially these days, that gum 8 runs, 10 runs in 1 inning, but when he comes into the game, it's over. And
I used to love hearing Whitesnake crank up, man. To hear it crank up, I can just sit back and relax.
I mean, he's
talk to folks
unreal.
back here.
As an Ole Miss fan, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's unreal. Like, I mean, he really was.
Get
He
you,
made the
get
game
you a hamburger
simple.
and eat it. When you're in right field.
literally, just hanging out.
Yeah.
There's some guys on that team, man, that just we just glued together so good, man. We had guys that knew their role and played their role. Tanner Leggett, walk-off hit to send us to the national championship, right? Mm-hmm. He hadn't played since May, probably. Hadn't had a live AB since May. Okay, his number gets called in the game 3 of the semifinals, I think it was. Yeah, it was game 3 because we split. And to play defense, okay, to play defense is
That's what he was in there for.
Yeah, he was playing defense. And I remember he comes to the plate. Okay, and this is a true story. He comes to the plate, and I think who was on second? Braylon stole second, right?
And
Braylon stole second.
Braylon, he hadn't played.
He hadn't played either.
Month and a half. And
Braylon, we need you to go steal
steals.
bag. First pitch, there you go, right here. I'm like, God, dog, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Anyways, Leggett's walking to the plate. It's a big situation. Crowd's going wild. He had an AB in like a month, and Rowdy's lead. Leggett was a 9-hole. Rowdy's leading off, and I look at Rowdy and said, "Well, if you don't win this thing, I'm going to do it." And he started laughing. And then Leggett gets to hit to win it. And here's the cool part about that to me was, Leggett, the main reason he wasn't playing, he was struggling with sliders. Like, he could not hit a slider. And when you can't do something, when you're struggling with something, you can't help but think about it. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So he was struggling with the sliders, but he would work on the sliders. Like a lot of kids nowadays, they know their weakness and they run from it. Well, he ran to it. Mm-hmm. What did he get a hit on to send us to the national championship? Slider. It's called delayed gratification.
That's right.
He didn't have to do that. He was on the bench, but he knew that there was a possibility of his number being called, so why was he not going to be ready to do it? That's a testament to him. Any other person would be sitting over there pouting to mom and daddy, I ain't playing. He wasn't doing that. He was encouraging teammates and working in the shadows. Next thing you know, he gets a big moment. One of the biggest moments in Mississippi State baseball history, and comes through and sends us to the national championship. That don't give you chill bumps, nothing. Will you?
Yeah, I agree.
That's a lost art, though.
I do think it's really cool though that both Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
100%.
Any Ole Miss fan or State fans that are like, this takes away from that, or great man, that's the coolest thing in the world. That both schools.
Oh, no doubt. The coolest part is we did it first.
Yeah.
And
It'll always
rightfully
be on the
so.
trophy. Mississippi State 2021, Ole Miss 2022.
Best food from the outfield you ever had while at Starkville.
Man, a lot.
We can
Dude.
talk
I know it's
about
a
that.
lot.
Yeah.
Hey, look, after every weekend series, I'd go out to right field, and my buddy Brad Bounds would hand me a trash bag full of food. Me and Rowdy would eat on it all week long.
We would have boudin,
Deer sausage, sliders,
man, it was
crab,
hamburgers.
Steaks. Dude, it was unbelievable. I promise you.
I looked up one time, I was playing first, and I looked back there, Tanner's back there chewing on something. I'm like, what is he chewing on?
Man, I would put it in my back pocket and then pull it back out and eat on.
Was this in Omaha?
No, this was in Starkville.
Sorry.
And we get back to the dugout, and he just pulls a hamburger out of his back pocket and starts eating it. He said, "You want a bite?" I said, "No, I'm good."
See, everybody's like, man, the guys now are so uptight. They won't even come talk to us. I'm like, we were so loose. Me and Rowdy eating during the game.
Oh, I would pay to be in some of them mound visits just to hear what's said, because I know it's nothing about baseball.
No.
No, 9
Absolutely
times out of 10,
nothing
it's
about
not.
baseball. Yeah.
9 times out of 10, it's
It's the last
not.
thing you go up there and talk.
Had a mound visit one time my freshman year at LSU. Connor Pilkington was pitching, okay? And he's walked a couple guys, and he's missing high and arm side. Mm-hmm. And Hindu walks out to the mound, and we're all there. And before Hindu gets there, right when he gets there, before Hindu even says a word, Pilk's like, I'm just flying open a little bit. I'm flying open. I got to stay a little bit closed. I'm just missing arm side. And Hunter Stovall sticks his head up in there and goes, well, quit flying open. Hindu goes, listen to Stovey, and walk right off.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's it. That's all you need. What's the funniest mound visit talk you've
That's
ever?
probably the funniest one I had. I had some other ones, but I can't repeat the
Yeah,
language.
some of
That's
them
why I was just about to say the same thing. Sometimes those are better left on the field.
Right.
Yeah. Can't. Yeah.
I'm finna let him. You're gonna see if he can stomp the wizard over there of y'all's season. He knows everything there is to know
right.
about y'all's season.
Ashley's got questions. We're going to do a quiz basically to see who knows that championship season
And see,
better.
yeah, see
How
if
many
he
questions
can.
you got, Ashley? Y'all already stole one.
26. It is
Good
still
gracious.
the last one.
What was the last one?
No, those
No,
are
that's not. None of them are.
Those are.
Does he
real
have the?
questions
You
that
have?
he
Yeah. No.
Yeah, my-
That's on
no.
Chat
Give those to
GPT.
Will.
Don't go off my
Them
chat
are two.
GPT.
Chat AI,
questions.
and it said.
Yeah, some of them I was
Some of them are
reading.
terrible.
Yeah,
had
I was
it-
reading them. I was like,
it had 'em
some
wrong.
of these
One
are
of
wrong.
them says, "Who does Mississippi State play in the SEC Super Regional? What SEC team?" I said, "Well, that's not right. We didn't play Arkansas."
Well, I was
Yeah.
trying to get it come up with a quiz for
It
me,
did not work right.
and it just
Yeah.
it got it all. Got it all
Ashley
wrong.
ask y'all a question and write the answer down, and we'll see
All right.
who gets
I'm
it.
not participating.
I'm not either. I don't know nothing.
All right, let's go.
I don't. I was at the
remember what
game
happened last
yesterday, and I don't
Wednesday.
remember.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
Case, you ready?
Yeah, hold that mic up when you say it.
Up, like
Yeah.
right here. Okay. After losing the opening night game versus Tulane in 2021, that Saturday, State came back to win. Who hit the walk-off grand slam to even the series with Tulane?
I don't remember that one.
Don't remember that one.
Uh-oh. Don't let me down now.
That's,
Case.
maybe she's starting off with the easy one.
That was a layup.
Yeah, some of them are.
All right, what you got, Case?
Oh, we're gonna tally at the end of it.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
Do you, how you do
Yeah,
it?
you tally it. All right.
After each question?
I think everybody's gonna get this one right.
I hope so.
better.
I hope so.
One better. So who was it?
That would be me.
Yeah, Luke Hancock.
Hancock.
Everybody got that.
Ding, ding,
got
ding,
one.
ding, ding, ding.
All right. In that same game, how many strikeouts did Landon Sims have in his relief appearance?
Golly, I do.
Man.
Some
You talking about
Come on,
Dylan
man.
Case?
I was too busy eating cheeseburgers and I couldn't remember that. He's pitching.
It doesn't say how many innings he pitched, does it?
No, I didn't. Put
He
that.
probably would. I'm gonna say.
It was. It's gonna. It's good. I think he was
I
like the last
to coming in the
4
seven.
or 5.
Yeah.
It had to. It had to be. I think.
I got mine.
All right.
All right.
What you got?
I said 7.
I said 5.
I said 3.
Oh, 10.
Ooh,
He had 10.
Landon punched out
That's what I'm
10
saying. He
against.
had to come in
Man.
and
He must have
be in
pitched
the
5
fight.
innings.
Yeah.
Dang. I was
Yep.
close.
That must have been
No.
before he was like closing every.
No, he as soon as we figured out, yeah,
Oh
we
yeah, I
hit
was
him
in
again.
Texas.
All right. So the next game, Mississippi State versus Southern Miss at Trustmark. MSU wins
I don't
4
remember
to
that
1.
one.
Golden buzzards.
Do any of y'all know which pitcher had the most Ks that night?
Started Southern Miss.
I don't think that game was televised.
No, you don't think it was televised?
That's when they.
I will tell you, he had a weird.
I got it.
He had a weird.
Motion.
Yeah, motion.
I got him.
I got it.
All right, Luke. Anything?
Oh,
Houston
oh,
Harding.
I was-
Houston Harding. That's what I said. Houston Harding.
I was gonna write it down, but
Oh, Hootie.
They actually had 20 strikeouts in that game.
Yeah, we burned. They had Holden in the bat that
They
night.
did. I remember that.
Man, this is too easy.
All right. Mississippi State versus LSU at LSU. Who started off the scoring in the 5th inning with a 2-run bomb and went 3-3 versus LSU that night?
And it was a bomb.
It was a bomb. I got plenty of memories of that series.
Okay, who was it?
Braylon Skinner.
Braylon Skinner. And
Y'all all tied up.
Neck and neck.
and that was his first game. I think he had started all year.
Yeah.
Come in, he'd been hurt. He got hurt in preseason. I think he broke his hamate. And he come in, and we saw the lineup, and we were talking to him, and I can remember walking up to him. He said, "Man, why am I playing?" And then he
That
goes
ain't
up-
what I want to hear from a guy that's in my lineup.
And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "You'll be fine." And then he goes up there and goes 3 for 3, hits a homer.
Yeek. Yeah, he sure did.
All right. MSU versus Kentucky.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
April 2nd at the Dude. MSU wins 3-2. Case, were you there?
Come on, Case. Counting on your Case.
Y'all, Luke and Tanner, had the only RBIs of the game in this scrappy contest. Luke, what type of at-bats did you have to score 2 of the runs in the game? So this is a little bit different, but what type of at-bats?
He got it. I see confidence in his face.
Hey,
Confidence.
come on, I knew you'd know this one.
I think. Are you?
It's not the obviously.
I don't know. Y'all gonna get me on this one. I said he walked in 2 runs.
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Oh, you're done? Okay. Luke,
Sack fly.
Oh.
2 sack flies.
who's that?
Would you put?
I'll put a walk. I was.
Yep.
Luke pulled ahead.
I just remember Skinner scoring like flying over the catcher.
I remember
Yeah.
that.
I think TA had to hit.
Mm-hmm.
All right. MSU versus Auburn at Auburn.
I remember this one very well. Fun weekend.
Which state hitters hit back-to-back home runs in the 5th inning?
Case, don't be looking on my answers now. I ain't got nothing wrote down.
That was on Saturday.
All right.
I put TA and Cam.
Yep.
Well, I didn't have that one.
In case.
Case. You falling behind.
Yeah.
Got to come in clutch.
The biggest series of every season is usually Ole Miss, and in 2021, that made it 5 straight series wins over those Rebels. Sorry, Will.
Bless his heart.
Y'all had to split it though, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So the Sunday game, April 18th, a base clearing triple by Tanner Allen capped off the 5-run inning. Who started off the scoring with a single that scored Logan Tanner?
Ooh, I think I know this.
Come on.
That was a big one.
Yeah. I told her she had to get very
I had to get
technical
detailed
to
because
get.
most of the answers were Luke or Tanner. Like it was kind of hard. I had to dig a little deeper into some of the recaps.
Y'all got it?
Case, were you at that game?
I said Scotty DeBrule.
Sunday game?
That-
Yes.
Was it Scotty?
It was not Scotty.
That's who I put.
It was Braylon.
Dang.
I put Scotty.
That's the one we had to stand in the outfield the whole time. Okay.
I remember Scotty getting I think he had a couple RBIs that game.
He did.
I got to pull for my boy here. Sorry.
Did you get that?
I didn't get that one.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
MSU,
Down by one now.
Down by 1. How many
MSU
more we got?
at Vanderbilt.
We got a few.
Oh, we still got a page and a half here. MSU at Vanderbilt. Dogs won 7-4. Who started up the scoring with a home run that night? First inning.
Wait.
I had to ask it. Well,
In the first inning.
Saturday Case. First
I
inning.
remember.
That was
Oh, okay.
easy.
I was thinking of the other.
Rowdy
one.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
Jay.
Well,
Score.
Lead off.
Score.
Play is a long beard out here, just
thought you was
tempting me.
Is it long beard?
There's about 3.
Let's
Stick a rifle out the window and shoot him.
Me and Will's fixing to ease out.
I mean, you know what I'm
Don't
saying,
worry
Craig?
about
3 out
nothing.
there that have beards.
And
There's a little
he
group-
looks like a stud.
There's a little group
There was-
of 10 that usually.
There was 4 the other day when I sent you the picture.
Yeah, I
You know, really, there's not but 2 seasons.
I mean, that Joker is dragging his ground.
on any kind of game, there's not but 2 seasons. That's salt and pepper.
In the El Camino.
Make me mad, man.
Where
Where
they
is
at?
it?
Gosh,
It's over
dog.
there.
Do you see the beard on that Joker?
Yeah, he still is. Good. Intermission, folks. We're going turkey hunting. Don't tell Travis.
I mean, he's got it there.
We just had to release this one like April 1 or
Yeah.
March 15th.
March 15th.
Yeah.
Killed him.
Got him. March 16th.
All right, Ashley, what was the next one?
Okay. The last one was Rowdy. All right, MSU at South Carolina, win 9-6.
Fun win. Fun game.
Who was the starting pitcher that had 13 strikeouts and 0 walks?
Roger Clemens.
9-6.
Which was that the Friday? Or
No, that's gonna be Saturday.
I don't know. I didn't.
Oh yeah, because
It's gonna be Saturday.
Oh, Case is right.
it's Saturday.
Dude, I can't remember.
I can't remember who our Saturday guy was.
I can.
It wasn't Roger Clemens.
But I don't think it was Saturday.
Do I need to look it up? What day?
No, I know I got this one wrong, but I'm just gonna go with it anyways. I said
hadn't
Christian
read
McLeod.
I said Bednar.
It was Bednar.
Yeah.
I didn't put nothing, so
Disqualified.
yep.
All right, 3 hitters had home runs on that game. Who were they
In that game,
in that game?
I'm not.
You not listening to me?
I got this one, I think.
I don't think I can name all.
everybody got them.
But this may be the Sunday game. I can't. I just put 2.
I got
Me,
mine.
Rowdy, and LT.
Me, TA, and Logan.
I said it was Luke and Kellum Clark. But what?
It was Rowdy, Luke, and Logan Tanner.
Rowdy,
What game was that?
That was.
We'll have to.
That one that y'all won 9-6.
I hit one Saturday.
That was
I had a homer that day. You got the question wrong.
The score recap must have been wrong.
Yeah, no, I think I hit my homer. I hit my homers. No, I hit it on Sunday because we were in Gray Sunday.
Yeah, I hit one on Saturday.
Yeah, then it was right. Yeah,
All right. Well, that one didn't count up for anything anyway. Go ahead.
All right, so on to the regional games.
Y'all
That
tied.
was too easy. Who was the first team to come to the Dude for the regional tournament? June 4th.
I mean I can't remember that one.
Oh,
Who we played?
yeah.
Okay.
Who was the first team to come? For
Oh yeah, I remember.
First team.
All right.
Sanford.
Sanford.
I just remember that the big dude hit a home run and then he transferred to Auburn.
Yeah, Sonny D.
Sonny.
Dude, I forgot his last name.
Sonny the Sheriff. Good fella.
All right. What was the score of that first regional
Man,
game?
that is not happening. A lot to a little.
I got it.
I put one down.
I'm gonna say 7-4.
I said 8-3.
8. I got 8-5.
I said 8-3.
Y'all were all so close. 8-4.
8-4.
So close. All right. Several Bulldogs had multiple hit games in that win. There was. I have 4 listed. I guess we could maybe give you a tally of. I don't know. There's 4 that have multiple hits.
Man, if y'all get this one right, y'all got a great memory.
Okay, so you got.
I only had 2. It was Cameron James, Tanner Allen.
All right, Luke, who you got?
I got me, Rowdy, Brad, and TA.
I got me, Rowdy, Luke, and Cameron.
Y'all, it was Rowdy, Tanner, Luke, and Kellum.
Dang.
So I got 3.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to give them a point for what they got. I don't know.
No.
No, there's no participation trophies.
Nothing. None of that going on around here, is it?
All right, so regional game 2.
VC.
Dogs up 3-1 in the 4th, and these 2 hitters hit back-to-back home runs.
Oh, you got that one. He locked in.
Luke looks lost.
I know one of them.
I know one of them. I can't figure out the other one.
Pretty sure. Unless this was later in the game.
No.
I'm just going to go with this because I think they hit close to each other.
Dude, I can't remember. I know one.
I didn't agree to be in video.
Alright. I had mine.
I got mine too.
I'm gonna. Hold on.
Oh, give him a chance. Hey, you were there.
I know, man. I know. I was in the dugout.
He was eating a hamburger.
He's out there eating that hamburger.
All right, I give up. I'm not gonna get this
Brad
one.
from this and Kellum Clark.
Mew. I had Mew.
That's who I got. Brad and Kellum.
Oh, y'all tied.
I didn't have
I knew Kellum hit one, and I just guessed on Brad.
I remember Mew hit when he pulled it.
All right, regional game 3.
What was this? Campbell's.
Campbell. Yeah, Campbell.
Who started on the mound that game against the Campbells?
I remember that one.
I was there with that one, but I can't tell you who it was. I remember Piper caught a 5-ball at that game, though.
It was a short start.
Very short.
Very, very.
Sure did.
Against Campbell. Let's see. Alright, we don't have it.
Christo.
Oh,
Jackson Fristow.
Yep.
It was.
Okay, well, I may have gotten that one wrong.
You have
I
Hootie?
had Harding.
Yeah, it was.
Fristow
it was
started. He
Fristow.
didn't make out the first inning. Houston came in.
Okay. They may have left Fristow out of the recap.
They probably did.
Yes, I have. All right. So,
Oh, no, you missed that one.
Yeah, I did not get that right.
so where are we at right now? Who's leading? Luke?
TA got 7, Luke got 9, Cake's got 8.
Tight race.
All right, with 2 outs in the 3rd inning, TA singled, and who hit the homer to give the Dogs back the lead over Campbell?
Pretty sure I was still in church.
I have no idea on this one. I was on the base path.
All right.
Cam.
Cameron James.
Hey, I got it right.
You should have a little, well, I mean, I guess it could be anybody, but narrow it down a little. In the 5th inning, there was a solo home run that extended the lead 6-3 and was his 12th of the season.
Luke.
Oh, I got it.
Luke has it.
Hold
I
on,
feel
hold on,
confident
hold on.
Luke's pen
Hold on.
click
I
over
got
there.
it. I got it.
And Eddie will put the Jeopardy music.
Hold on
I
now.
know how
Yeah.
many he hit that season. He hit 3 more after that.
You just gave it to.
Dude, I don't know. Who is it?
Logan Tanner.
I put LT down. Thank God.
LT.
When in doubt.
All right, this relief pitcher
Pitcher.
came in the 7th inning and had 3 scoreless innings to hold the 1-run lead. Who was it?
Against the Camels?
Yeah, same game.
I wonder who that was.
Yeah. We hadn't mentioned him. Even I know that one, I think.
Landon Sims.
Yeah.
Orlando.
Hey, is that the one you had to watch from the stairs?
What?
Do you remember? Is that the one that we went after church and you had to watch? You had to watch from those stairs in the back.
Against Campbell?
No, who was that against?
Notre Dame. That was the
Yeah, that was
first super regional game.
that was a good
Okay,
game.
that's where the next question comes from, I think. With the largest crowd in super regional history at the Dude, MSU and Notre Dame went back and forth with scoring, including home runs from TA and Rowdy,
This is game 3? No, it was game 1.
Game 1.
until this dog hit a home run in the 7th to seal the win.
Easy.
Got it.
Go ahead.
Logan Tanner.
LT. Backside homer.
Yes.
All right, so on to the CWS. Second game versus Virginia. State was hitless through 7th innings, but the 8th proved to be a big inning. The Brule led off with a walk, and then who hit the 2-run bomb to right field to start the scoring?
Layup. Kellum
Kellum
Clark.
Clark.
All right, I think this is the same game, but I didn't put it. Hatcher singled and Rowdy hit a double for who to hit a 3-run bomb to give State the lead for the first time in that game.
Is that too easy also?
Well,
Mr. Tanner Allen.
That was a fun one. That was a very fun one.
Was it a slider?
Slider. Thank you.
Slider didn't slide much.
Yeah, slider, no slide. I had a Dominican guy tell me that one time. I'm like, it's okay, Poppy. Rough outing today. He said, I know, bro. Slider, no slide.
And then the last one was one we've already talked about. Skinner goes into pinch run and steals second. Who came in with the clutch RBI single to walk off the Longhorns?
Tanner Leggett.
That was it. So,
That was it. I mean, the Vanderbilt
so
games.
Luke got it
1.
Who won?
by 1.
So we got a 15, 16, and a
14.
14.
Boy, that was close.
That was.
My memory's terrible. I'm glad I just got a 14.
Like I said, I was at the game yesterday and I don't remember nothing about it besides the hamburger.
Exactly.
Hey, but you say your memory's terrible and you had all these great sports moves, but tell me one thing. Biggest bass you caught, where was you at? What'd you use?
I'm not a bass fisherman, man. I'm an offshore fisherman.
I
but
wouldn't just carry it to that. Biggest whatever off.
Biggest yellowfin tuna I ever caught. I caught I think he was 125 pounds.
Dang.
I say he was solid. I caught him off the back of a shrimp boat one time. I was with a good buddy of mine who has his own charter business down there. A real good friend of mine. He's a really good fisherman too. If I go to Venice, I'm fishing with him. He's a big dog fan. His name's Joey Davis. He's got relentless sport fishing. But I go down there all the time and fish with him, dude. And we were fishing off the back of a shrimp boat. The tuna love to hit on the trawl that gets thrown back. And we flipped it. We got a bag of trawl from the shrimpers, and we were chumming, and I threw and he flipped it was probably a dead mullet or something behind the boat, and he hit it and took off. And I fought him for probably 25 minutes. Rolled up next to the boat. It's probably the biggest one I've caught. That was pretty cool seeing that happen.
That was a tuna.
I know you
Yellowfin
bass
tuna.
fisherman. What's the biggest
Man.
bass?
Biggest bass I caught was on a H&H, 7.5 pounds down.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Can't fish there anymore. Down at Miss Carolyn Ware's out there.
On 389.
Yeah, down 389.
Hey, I will tell you this. I had this fishing spot in Starkville that a young man, his name's William McHorter, he let me fish whenever I wanted to. I had permission to. And man, I can't tell you after how many long weekends of not playing good or struggling, I'd go out there on the Monday off day and just fish. But I caught I'd probably say, I think he was almost around 7. And I caught him on a pink trick worm. And that is a dagger in that pond. Pink trick worm. I fished so many pink trick worms around there. All the brush, there'll be pink trick worms hanging everywhere. And he really doesn't like the fish a lot. He has a little girl. He's like, man, what do I need to use? I'm like, look, you go get the pink trick worm and just put a cork above it. It doesn't even matter. Just flip it out there. And they're wearing them out. Anyways, I caught that one that day right at dark. He was like 7 pounds. It was a huge one. It was a big one. But I really don't bass fish a lot. But if I do, that's where I'm going.
Well, this pool below the house here, I'd had it in about 10 years, and last year, Mary Carter begged Steele to take her fishing one afternoon. We'd never caught anything over 3 pounds. And I said, well, I'm going to go down there with him. I think it was Steele's first cast he threw. He thought he hung a log. He pulled up, and it was like 8.8 pounds out of there. Like nothing. We've never caught anything. No, he put it back.
He's still in there.
It's still in there.
See, the reason I ask it, y'all probably heard the same thing. Michael Waddell, that's where I got that from. You know, he said people go through life all the time doing stuff they think is important. You know, he's sitting there playing on a PlayStation or playing on their phone or watching that important game. And a month later, you can't remember nothing.
You can't, but you never
you can
forget
always
the biggest
remember
bucks.
the biggest buck that come out or that turkey that come out. You can always remember exactly what you had on, what the temperature was.
That ain't no lie.
But I mean, his whole deal was just get kids out in the outdoors.
We gotta do it. We gotta have the kids out in the outdoors nowadays. All they do is get hung up on TikTok or Fortnite, man. That's just not creating productive citizens.
No.
I can still remember to this day what I was at, and it was back was when I was high school when I caught the biggest bass. It was like I waited on a gas station. They had a scale back. The store's not even there in Durham anymore, but they had a scale that would weigh meat. Carried that thing in there with a garbage sack.
Slap him on there.
I said, maybe y'all weigh this. It's like 9 pounds and 3 ounces, but I can remember
You
exactly.
was doing it like a real fishing tournament.
I was throwing a fire tiger rattle trap. My brother and my uncle was in the boat, and I had no idea that thing was as big as it was. It came right to the boat.
He slams
it came
the boat.
up. That thing had eyes about the size of a half.
It was
dog.
9
Still-
pounds?
Yeah, 9
You
pounds.
stick your head in his mouth.
I thought the same thing when I hooked it. I thought it was a log. And I was like, crap. So I just started doing that. Then it took off. I said, this is a big one. I think it was 7.8, something like that.
I can still remember sitting under deer stand when I was probably, I don't know how old I was. I can't remember my age, but I shot the deer. The first thing, that's back before you could shoot those illegally. I think I passed the statute of limitations. I've got the foot of it at the house. It came through the wood and I drilled it.
Hey, my
dogs behind
dad does not have a first deer story. He killed 3 his first time. So he's like, I killed 3. He said it was so cold, I just killed all 3 of them.
Get it over with.
Get it over with. Hey, I can't tell. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got my shirt tail cut. I did.
See, a lot of these kids don't know about shirt tail cutting. If you
Man, look, we went hunting and I was gonna shoot my first deer. Right. I was so proud the afternoon before, like that afternoon, I shot the target and blew a hole right through the bullseye. I was showing everybody. I was real young. I was like, look, I can shoot. I can hit the bullseye. That afternoon, go hunting, right at dark, 3 rack bucks come out on us. And my dad is like freaking out. He's like, "Oh, you gotta shoot one." It's like, "You see him?" I was like, "Dude, I ain't seen the deer yet. I ain't seen him." I was like, "Yeah, I seen him." Boom! And he's like, "You missed." He reloaded the gun. He's like, "You see him?" I'm like, "Yeah." Boom! Missed again, man. It was a night. I hadn't seen the deer in the scope yet. Yeah. And he got so mad. He's like, "Give me the gun." He's about to shoot. And they left, but I'll never forget that. He cut my shirt tail. We go again the next afternoon, different spot. Same thing. I could not find the deer in the scope. I didn't shoot this time though. I was like, "Dude, I just can't see him."
Yeah.
Did y'all ever do the blood on the face?
What? I had goober necklace, man. I had nuts around my neck. Blood on the face, nuts around my neck.
Daddy
So you made
had a nuts on his gear shift in
Yeah.
the first truck.
I ain't never heard of
So
that.
y'all kept
yeah.
the
A
nuts
bunch of
off
people
of
do
the
that.
first deer you killed?
Yes,
First
sir.
buck?
Oh yeah.
Ole Miss folks don't know anything about
I
that.
know,
do you?
we don't know nothing about that. No.
You kept the straw from your first cocktail.
I ain't got a nut sack nowhere.
Oh yeah.
I took his boy. I think I told John Paul this story. I took his boy. I hope he's probably gonna hear this, from Texas turkey hunting 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He had never been turkey hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I told him, you can come down here during the spring and I'll take you. Well, he does. I tell people they can go with me all the time and nobody ever calls me, but he sure did. He had to come in for a wedding. He was like, "Hey, you still willing to take me turkey hunting?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "I'll go find you a turkey. I'll find you one this week and I'll put you on it." I said, "All right." So he gets in town. We load out. We get out there at 3 o'clock in the morning, pull in, good to go. We sit there until about 5 o'clock and then walk in the woods, right? Well, we was going to have to walk right underneath this turkey. And so we walk underneath it in the dark and get on the other side of it and sit down. I set him up 50 yards from this turkey. Starts to break daylight, right? There he is. And I'm like, okay, right out there in front of us, 50, 55 yards. All of a sudden, I see old boy doing that.
You got
right?
a pee, son? You need to go best friend.
Well, I'm like, I see it, and I'm laughing to myself, like he getting there, and then, there he is again, right? And about that time, old boy just starts moving now, and I'm like, "Look, you want to sit still." And he was like, all right, man, okay. And I'm like, "You good?" And he's like, "Yeah." And every time he got, we just shake more and more. And by that time, he started doing this number, like, leaning down, not knocking his headphones off. And I'm like, "Dude, are you good? You've got to quit moving." I said, "I don't see how this turkey hasn't seen us yet." He's like, "I'm good." And well, about that time, I started smelling a turd. And I'm like,
He done slipped his britches.
I'm like, what's going on here? And I'm starting to assess the situation, right?
Let's break this down.
Man.
Well, the turkey gobbles one more time.
This story just went totally in the opposite direction where I thought we was going.
Young man
I was
pooped his
waiting on a
britches.
snake between the legs or something.
Next thing I know,
A snake come out the wrong end.
Yeah, guess it was.
he passes out. Right, just smooth falls out on right there beside me. Turkey flies off. I'm more pissed off about that than I am anything. But I am laughing so hard, and I don't even know if he's dead or not. I just know he just passed out. And so I'm like shaking, and he comes to, and I smell turkey, and I'm dying out laughing. I said, "You good?" And he was like, "Dude, I don't know what happened."
He scared the crap out of you, son.
I said, "I don't mean to embarrass you." I said, "But
check your drawers."
I said, "Did you sh-?" That's how I said it to him. And he said, "Yeah."
I respect you at least taking responsibility for it.
I was like,
if you do us all a favor and go jump in that creek over there.
And look, turkeys will do that. I've seen people shoot turkeys and pass out, shoot turkeys and throw up after they shoot it. I mean, all kind of stuff. Because, it is intense, but I ain't never had nobody just pass out in crappy britches.
That's wild.
Every time I've shot a big deer, I have a spasm in my back. Like if I've been in a climbing stand before, and a couple times I've been standing up, had to lean against the tree. After a shot, I get like a spasm, and I have to like sit back down quick before I fall out of the tree. That don't happen anymore, though. I guess I don't.
I know a fellow one time that shot one out of a window that he got real excited trying to get out and get it loaded up.
Window?
I know a guy.
Out of a truck.
I think that's illegal.
I know a guy.
We won't that.
He shot one out the truck window. Make sure the game wardens ain't listening to this. I know a guy that shot a deer in half, let both sides get away. All right.
That's
That's pretty bad right there, ain't it?
Yeah.
You win.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Next thing, I've got two ways we can take it. Y'all can tell me which way y'all want to go. I've got a fun news story, or I've got a bunch of rapid fire, random fun questions.
Man, whatever y'all want to do, I'm rolling. I can do this all day.
All right, we'll go here. So this blew my mind over the weekend. Elon Musk held a press conference in the Oval Office.
He's a dog.
Yeah.
with Donald Trump. First of all, I was
He's
like,
a dog too.
man, Elon Musk would be the only one that could pull off holding a press conference in the Oval Office, right beside the actual president. But when he was in there, he had his little boy, right? Well, his little boy was, crawling all over him, got up on his shoulders at one point, picking his nose right beside the president, right behind the Resolute desk, no big deal. But at one point, he looks at what it looks like Trump, and as clear as day, a hot mic picks up him saying, "You're not the real president. You need to leave." And Trump looks at him and kind of, did he just kind of say that kind of look? But
The boy said that?
Yes.
How old was this young man?
Like 4.
Then this is Elon's son.
This is
laugh that
Elon's
one
son.
off.
Now, and I was going to show the
He's
clip.
telling
But
Trump this.
yes, it looks like he is looking dead at Trump when he said, "You're not the real president. You need to leave. And you need to quit talking." That's what he said. And then about 5 minutes later, he's sitting there and he looks at Trump and he says, "Hey, quit talking. You're not the president. Shut your mouth." And then he said, it looks like he said, "Shut the up." Or
A 4-year-old?
Shut your effing mouth is what it sent.
Man, I couldn't even barely crawl.
Now,
They
said he said, "Shut your mouth." It looks like he says, "Shut your effing mouth." Now,
what a great.
but he clear as day told him to shut his mouth. And then in that one, Trump looks at him like, who you talking to?
Get your boy out of here, Elon.
But
you're my dog,
my
but your son's
question-
finna take behind the woodshed.
First of all, what do y'all think about that? I was going to show the clip. I'm going to put it over the video. But
It's probably like
I don't watch the news, man. You watch the news, you get depressed. I just listen.
Well,
I just listen to what Trump's doing and say, hey, look, that guy knows what he's doing. That was rocking and rolling 4 years ago. Let him do. Just let him do what he does, son. Just let him go.
that was probably just my daddy better than your daddy.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Well,
sorry.
My daddy kills bigger deer than your daddy.
Yeah.
what it got me
Got a
thinking
bigger boat
was,
than you.
all right, he's a 4-year-old. If he's saying something like that, is it because he's heard it somewhere?
I ain't no
There's
telling.
no telling.
Like I said, I feel like he's probably just like
It was
kids
wild.
do. Yeah, my daddy killed bigger deer than your daddy.
The only thing I gathered out of the Oval Office this past week was Trump has got a picture of his mugshot
In the
hanging
hallway back there.
Trump is a dog.
Yeah.
He does not
I
care.
didn't
We
even say
finally
that.
got somebody in there that don't care about feelings. I mean, to be off reality.
Yes.
This whole nation's running off women. Women react off of feelings. Men react off of reality. And
No,
finally,
I
we're
agree
reacting
with
off
that.
reality right now. I mean, my goodness, it took us. Why is there even a conversation about transgender men being in women's sport? Like, why is that even a thing? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that is the most unbelievable thing I've ever
Oh,
heard.
I-
in my- So
100%.
that should have never been a problem. Okay, let's say Mike Tyson wants to dress up like a girl and go fight a girl fighter. Who's going to win that fight? That's like common sense. Common sense has left us the last 4 years. We're finally healing and getting back to common sense.
I done said this before. If Mike Tyson ever came and tried to fight me, my only defense would be to get naked.
Dookie.
No, well, that too. But I'm gonna get naked.
Like your buddy?
Yeah, and I'm just gonna hope he don't want a naked guy, because that's all I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was wild. I just was gonna see what y'all thought about that. I mean, it was crazy. That little 4-year-old just looked dead at Trump and said that.
Nah, kids say though.
I'd have tore his rear end up after he
Yeah.
got done. Son, you ever say that again, I'm gonna tear your rear end up. again.
Elon's kids are named like he was probably named like XO or
Yeah,
something, ain't he?
XA12 or
I don't
Something
know.
like that.
Crazy
Like
names.
he's a
Hey,
like an
I can't hate on Elon, dude. Elon is the richest man in the world. Okay, he is definitely doing something right. But I know this. He's bringing. He cleaned Twitter up for us big time. Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
He did.
Well,
Yep.
and I think the funniest part at the end of that was when they asked him about Elon's son, and he was trying to say something nice about him, and I don't know if that affected that or not, because he was just, all he could get out was like, well, he's got a high IQ.
Right.
You got any thoughts on that case?
Not really.
Fair enough.
Don't want to get into it.
That was one question I was going to ask y'all. Coming from the high school ranks, both of y'all transitioned to the D1 ball. How long did it take y'all to catch up to speed?
Not long.
Not long?
Yeah, I mean, I would say once for pitching, like hitting off people, once you see 92, 93 a couple times, you kind of start getting used to it. Catching it was the same way. But yeah, like you said, it didn't take long.
But what about what's his name from LSU that?
Schemes?
Yes. What about hitting against him?
Man,
I didn't have to face him.
Yeah.
I tell you,
didn't?
I saw a lot of 100
Pitch
miles
locked.
an hour, a lot of 98, 99s, and the fastest pitcher I ever hit off of was a guy from Tennessee, Chase Burns. His 100 was unlike anything I'd ever seen. Skeens, his wasn't that crazy to me. I didn't think.
Well, like him being as tall as he is, coming from that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a big man.
he's reaching
on
out
the
there.
map.
It's getting on you quick,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's not. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Gotcha.
I faced
That's
him.
all.
Both guys who, like if you went to a series and you seen this guy was pitching, anybody that y'all just dread seeing? And on the flip side of that, anybody you love seeing?
Anybody on Ole Miss's staff?
There you go. I knew that was coming.
It's gonna be a great weekend, guys. Man, I really
Sad
don't have
part is
anybody
there's
that really
truth
stuck
in
out to me. I was like, dang. Arkansas had a reliever. His name was Matt Cronin. He was not a fun AB. He was a lefty
Yeah.
that threw 97. That was not fun. Asa Lacey with Texas A&M, lefty 95, 97. That was not fun. He got me twice, but I got him a third at bat. Garrett Crochet, lefty 98, 100. Not fun. Anybody that was left-handed that threw really, really hard, that is a very, very
But
tough.
you both said you'd rather hit from the left side of the plate.
I'm not both. I'm just left.
You just
He
left.
just left.
I was thinking you switched.
Rowdy switch.
Yeah, rowdy.
Rowdy switched.
Yeah, man. That's
It's hard
tough.
enough to
I'll tell you a
hit
funny
one way.
story about facing velocity. I faced a guy in Tennessee my sophomore year. I can't remember his name. He's out of the bullpen.
I remember that.
And he was very light 100, like you said. Sometimes 100 looks really fast. Sometimes it looks really slow. Well, his was light. And I step in the box. I've never seen 100 before. I've seen 95, 98, and stuff like that. I've never seen 100. Well, he threw me the first pitch. Pow. Whoa. And I had my sunglasses on. I hit the sunglasses during daylight. I won't squint real bad. And I didn't want him to look and see me look at the scoreboard, see how fast it was. So I had my sunglasses on. I was sitting right there. I was like, oh, my God, that was so fast. And then I was kind of doing my routine and act like I was looking at him. I was looking at the scoreboard. I was like 101. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I guess the fastest I saw was a guy from Tennessee, Ben Joyce.
Yeah.
I faced him last year in pro ball.
Throwing 105.
Look, listen to me. Funny at bat. I'm facing Ben Joyce in Pensacola. And I've heard all about him and watched him on TV in college. Never faced him. First at bat, I walk up there. First pitch, high fastball swung through. I was late, man. The umpire said that sounded a little high. He started laughing. And I looked at the boards like 103. I'm like, oh, my God, that was so fast.
That was firm.
Look, next pitch, right by me. It was high, though. It was a ball. And I looked at the catcher and said, tell him to slow it down. Okay?
Like the bench warmers.
Just tell him to slow it down. And then he threw me a 101 mile an hour fastball open, and I got the barrel to it, hit it in the Gulf. Boom, homer. Like, I hit it. I said, oh, my God, I hit it. Act like I know what I'm doing and start running.
He slowed it down a little bit, huh?
Buddy.
He hit me. He hit me with 104 in my leg. I was getting ready. I was geared up, ready to go. It's 3-1 count. So I'm thinking, oh, he's going to throw me a fastball. There's no way I'm going to be late to this. No way. So I'm getting ready, and you got to get your foot down early. So I got it down, and I start kind of going, and it skinned off this leg and then hit me over here. Oh, it was bad.
People don't realize what kind of noise 100 mile an hour fastball makes when it goes by you.
The wind through the seams.
Yes.
Like it is just the most violent. Just the motion to throw 100 miles an hour is so violent.
Yeah.
Like it's just big torque. Whack! Ball comes out. Like you see it and it just disappears and it's in the mitt. That's what it looks like. That's what it's like.
How much time is it?
None.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you go to the plate, like normally when you're a hitter, you don't ever think try to pull the ball because when you think try to pull the ball,
A lot of things can go wrong.
bad things happen. You'll swing early at a slider. Or you'll swing at a slider in the dirt. You'll pull an outside fastball. It's going to go on the ground. Sorry. So you don't really think to try to pull.
Mm-hmm.
You always want to try to stay through the middle. You hit everything, right? You accidentally pull the ball. Anyways, when you're facing 100, 101, you think pull.
Yes.
You got to. Because if you don't, I'm going to stay left center. It's going to be in the mitt. You're going to look like an idiot. The bat, you're going to look like you're swinging underwater.
Oh, I couldn't touch it. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that right now. I wouldn't be able to get the bat
You could touch
around.
it if you saw it enough.
I'm a little feller.
You got to try to hit it on the ground too. You can't try to lift it. You've got to try to hit it straight on the ground. Your
Oh,
barrel
I
head will
just
get out
bun it
front.
if it was coming at 100 at me. I just put it out there and hope it hit it. But yeah,
like what was his name? It turned his head around. Old John Crook when he faced Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
that
song was just.
I've
tickled
watched
to death to get
several.
walked.
I love to go back and watch him pitching on the mound, and that's what I was saying. So I saw a thing yesterday popped up on my phone that he threw 100 strikes in a game, not 100 pitches. He was one of the last ones to. I think he was maybe the last person to do it. Threw 100 strikes in a game. Unbelievable.
Probably throwing BP the next day.
Yeah,
and loosen it up.
Like Nolan Ryan. I mean, just his arm was torn up for the last 2 or 3 years, and he just kept different breed.
It was. I read something one time on Nolan Ryan. After he got done pitching, he went out. Whenever he got back to the hotel, he'd run like 5 miles that night.
Yeah.
And then the next morning, wake up, do it again.
Yeah, it was crazy.
right after a game, he just run 5 miles. I guess it'd work everything out, loosen it up.
See, that's the beauty about us here. Man. We can get off on any subject that we want to talk about, and we ain't got no outline or nothing.
Would they say that? But if I bring up a crazy subject,
What are you talking about?
they
dude?
look at me
That's
like
terrible.
I'm the dumbest thing in the world.
He's wanting to bring it up so bad right now.
Okay, so here we go.
I told you, he's coming.
What are y'all's thoughts on falconry?
Yeah, see, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
So falconry,
Watching Falcons?
they got these falcons, right? You can ride around with them on your arm, okay? Well, these guys, they'll drive down the road, and they'll throw that falcon out that window, and it'll fly out there and catch a bird or whatever, and then they'll go out there and get it.
It's like our own little
So it's like
heat-seeking missile.
Yeah, so you're doing a drive-by
This,
with a falcon.
This stupid stuff started because I said he looks like a guy
That would
have a falcon on his arm. You've seen the guys at the ball, like they'll
What's the guy? Is it Pirates of the Caribbean? No, who is it? Who always has Captain Hook.
Yeah.
Captain.
Yeah.
He's always got a bird sitting on his shoulder or something.
Yeah. See,
No,
I
this
want
is
a falcon.
like a leather patch, and they'll have a falcon land on their arm.
If you take your claws out of him, he can sit on my shoulder. If not, that ain't happening.
We'll
edit
go to
this
Auburn.
out.
You can go to Auburn, Alabama, and they got somebody that does that with the eagle. You just take a falcon with you.
Boom.
A
They
falcon
did that
can't be that hard to take care of.
No,
I
they
mean,
did
he
that
hunts
before
on his
every
own.
game.
He ain't got to be
Look.
taken outside. He just fly out the window.
Tell that man. Everybody else in this room is on board.
Feed him some of that nasty king cake, you probably make him mad.
Yeah. So yeah, and
Pooping
then
at your color shirt and Williams ain't heard of.
me and Craig have done come up with a plan.
I'm just driving the car, and that's the
Yeah.
only way I'm associated with it. I'm just going to drive.
It's got to be an El Camino.
I told him anybody that
And-
owned a Falcon had to have a El Camino.
And we're gonna, I if I get one, his name's gonna be Randy.
Randy the Falcon?
Yeah. So
All right.
anyway,
well, on to the next subject.
yeah, he loves that subject. I've asked every guest what their thoughts on it were because we got talking about it one time, and so
That is pretty
It's
cool.
always interesting to see where everybody sits on Falcons.
I mean, you can tell a lot about a person knowing where they are on falconry. You know what I mean? Not really, but
A falcon versus a Canadian goose. Who wins that fight?
falcon. I don't know.
A Canadian goose is mean.
I don't know. I seen one the other day on TikTok or something, and man,
Yeah.
that fella was getting in the water, and I don't know if it was a Canadian goose. Could have been a Montana goose. I don't
They
know what it was. But that thing come across there, and he was coming.
He was mad.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, I mean, I depends on the size of the falcon. If it's like a good size one, like they got small ones and big ones.
Yeah.
If it's one of the big ones, I'm gonna say the falcon. If it's a smaller one, definitely the goose.
The falcons have those big talons. They have the
big ones do.
Hey,
yeah.
check this out. This happened to me the other day. This was pretty cool. This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in the hunting world. Okay. I'm duck hunting in one of my favorite spots, a little cattle pond down Hancock Road. That's all I'm gonna say. Nobody else knows where we're at. Hancock Road. Anyways, and about 9 o'clock, a group of widgeons come in. Boom, 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 boom. Kill a widgeon or two, and I'm hunting a bigger cattle pond or catfish pond, and I ain't got the canoe. Okay, so I just let the wind blow them against the bank, and I go get them, right? So I'm sitting there, and boom, boom, we kill a couple widgeons, and I'm sitting there, talking, I'm loading my shotgun, looking for other ducks, and all of a sudden I look down, here comes a bald eagle, sweeps down, whoo,
America.
just grabs my widgeon, leaves, comes back, puts him back in the water, head's gone. That's the only thing he ate off him was the head. That's
And
it. That's it.
took it with him, ate it, and came back.
Dropped him back in the water.
Wow.
That's crazy.
You say that? I've got quail, right?
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm finna shoot that thing. Hold on, that's an eagle. Don't be shooting him.
Yeah.
These things will eat. They will scalp each other. I've got
A quail?
Yes, it is the craziest thing I have ever seen. They like this morning. I walked out there, and they'll just pick one randomly every now and then. And when they pick one, they gonna pick his head off.
I feel like if you were in the batch of us, you'd get your head picked.
Yeah, they would scalp me.
Like a military fade going.
I'm telling you, like I walked out there this morning, I had one in there, and I meant to grab him and end it for him, but they had taken the whole back, like his whole scalp off of his head, just picked it clean.
You got some, I don't know if they call them male quail or rooster or what, but you got some male quail in there that's doing that.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
the
quail are
roosters
good to eat now.
They are called roosters. Yeah.
Full of feathers too.
Yeah, they are really good eating. All right, I did want to go over your not college, your professional career. Tanner, what did sorry.
He's having a seizure over there.
Man, that doggone barbecue's so good, he's finna fall asleep over there.
I said Tanner, and then I thought Luke, and then I'm like, no, I'm talking to Tanner. What was it like, professional sports? What was your time like that?
Man, here's the deal with me in professional sports, okay? It's I came out of college being one of the best baseball players in all of America in 2021, right? And professional baseball just did not work for me. And I'm going to tell you why. I was away from home like 10 hours. I just got out of playing at the Taj Mahal of all baseball, Duty Noble in Omaha. I mean, it cannot get any better than that, playing in front of 25, 30,000 people every day, right? And then I go down here to Florida, and I get put in a league with a bunch of 18, 19-year-old Dominican kids who I absolutely love, like some of the greatest guys. Hilarious, right? But I'm playing in the middle of the day. Sun's beating down on you. Umpire zones are terrible. Guys can't throw strikes. They're throwing 100 miles an hour. I want to be down the middle next to me behind your head. I'm learning to swing the wood bat. I'm wore out. I just got done playing an entire college season, going to the postseason, help win the national championship, and I'm getting worked to death down there. Okay, so my first half year did not go good. Come back the next year, just not any better, man. I didn't love it. The atmosphere was very, very, very dead. I thrive in a very competitive atmosphere, and there was no competitive aspect at all to pro ball. It was either, they got, the organization has their guys they like, and it does not matter what they do. If they screw up off the field, if they don't perform, whatever they do, if they rob a store tonight, they're playing tomorrow. It don't matter, and that aspect of the game, knowing that I'm working my rear end off and playing as hard as I can, and knowing I'm still not gonna have opportunities, that drove me crazy. And don't get me wrong, my first year and a half didn't play well enough. I didn't. I was making an adjustment. I was away from home, a lot of different aspects, new coaches, new staff. Every year at pro ball, I had a new boss every single year.
Really?
And a new boss brings in new staff with new players, right? So I was just a filler player, and I'm not gonna be a filler player for anybody. You know what I mean? I felt like if they didn't value that I was the best baseball player in all of America, and that I helped lead a team to the national championship and played in the big crowds and played on the biggest stage and performed at the highest levels, if they didn't value that, then I don't want to be there. So, but man, it all works out for good. People come up to me all the time now. Hey, how's baseball going? And I tell them I'm done. They're like, look at me like I'm weird or something. I'm like, look, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do something I don't love. And I can dang sure tell you I'm not going to be away from my family, my friends, doing something I don't love. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it boiled down to that. And it was the easiest decision I ever made, buddy. The day they let me go, I walked in there and they were all, teared up crying. I'm like, look, guys, hey, I thank y'all so much. I know this ain't y'all's decision. Y'all, the coaches and the manager and all those guys, they were outstanding. Loved them. Like, look, this ain't your decision. I ain't mad at y'all. I ain't mad, period. I'm thankful for the relationships I built with you. I had a great time doing this. It's time for me to do something else. I'm not going to be where I'm not wanted, But it's just a whole big ball of wax for me, man. I've worked my whole life trying to get to pro ball, and I finally get there, and I'm like bummed out with it. But then again, it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I don't know what God's doing with me right now. I don't know, but I trust and believe that He's working with me because I've looked at what He's done with my life, And
he may be calling you to be a preacher.
Hey, I can do that. I can get down with that. Look, man, You know, my buddy of mine the other day told me, he's like, we're talking about somebody, he's like, he needs Jesus. I'm like, who doesn't?
Yeah, amen.
Who doesn't? You know what I mean? That's why I'm kind of like doing what I'm doing, man. I mean, you look at the side of society nowadays, so degenerate. Everything's about me and all that stuff. That's another thing I didn't like about pro ball. It's so self-centered. No team chemistry whatsoever.
Is it because it's just
your
money?
teammate is pulling against you. Your teammate hopes you break your leg and never play again.
So he
can get the opportunity.
Yeah.
Your coaches don't care about you. Don't care whatsoever.
That's what I'm scared the NIL is going to do to college sports.
No doubt. Your coaches, you'll work with a hitting coach, work on your swing, he'll help you, and you go in the game and you don't have success, he'll act like he don't even know you. Then you listen to him, y'all working, and you're still not getting it. You're in bed at night sleeping, can't fall asleep because you're struggling, and this is your job, right? He's sleeping like a baby because he's got 10 other ones. Hey, man, that guy right there, they love him. As long as he looks good, my job's good. I don't care about these other guys. Don't care. Man, I was listen to this. I was sitting in the locker room one day. We had curveballs on the machine outside, okay? And you're supposed to respect the amount of time guys have to go practice the curveballs on the machine. So I'll go out there and I hit like 2 rounds. And then the hitting coach goes, hey, your round's over with. It's done. We're about to shut the machine down. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. I got a couple swings. I come in, I'm in the recliner in the locker room watching TV, and we got the cameras in the stadiums on the TVs as well. He's got one of the top baby prospects out there still working with him, still working. And I'm like, he just kicked me off. He kept me off the field to help this kid. He kicked me off the field. Mm-hmm. I'm the one that needs to be out there working. This is my career. He kicked me off the field to help this young man. He lied right to my face and kicked me off the field. That's when it kind of just, man, I was just so checked out. I'm going to tell you right now, if I was at Mississippi State and I went up to Gotro and said, hey, look, I got to get better at breaking balls, he would stay out there all night helping me. And then if I didn't get it, guess what? He'd be there again in the morning. And if I didn't get in, he'd be there in the afternoon. And if anybody else wanted to come, he'd be there for them too. So that was just one thing for me, man. It was one thing after another. I just maybe just lose love for the game. I used to dread going to the field. Hated it.
I get that.
I hated it. The only reason I played last year, last year was the most fun I've had on a baseball field since 21. I'm going to tell you what, last year in Pensacola, Florida, playing for the Blue Wahoos, first class organization, man. Everybody's awesome. Facilities are fine. Big crowds. The manager, Kevin Randall, my dog, dude, he loved to win, played to win. There's only so much he could do, though. He had his hands tied behind his back. Beach every day. But I was living the life. If I could play, if that was big leagues, I'd have played there the rest of my life. It was awesome, man. It was a dream come true. Like I said, all those the coaches cared about you. Like they'd have a relationship with you. They'd come in the locker room, mess around, all this other stuff. It was fun. That's why I was playing good. I was playing really good. But a trade goes down.
I was about to ask you about trades, yeah.
A trade goes down. We trade a big leaguer to the Padres, and in return, we get 2 outfield prospects. They send them to Double-A, bump TA to the bench. They get my playing time. There's nothing I can do about it. No matter how hard I work and what I perform like, there's nothing I can do.
An investment.
Nothing I can do.
Yeah.
So then, I mean, my manager's like, man, I love you, dog. I just can't. I'm like, dude, I'm not mad at you, man. I know this ain't your call. These guys aren't playing good. I'd lead the team the whole year in hitting, dog. I've been playing every day. It's just how the game goes. So then I'm playing like once or twice a week, right? And I finally get my job back at the leadoff spot. I remember the first night because the kid they brought over was just struggling so bad. They're like, look, we're gonna give him some time off, give him a day off, move him down the lineup, take some pressure off of him. So they put TA back in leadoff, okay? And that's where I need to be hitting because I'm playing, buddy. I can play. First game back, first at bat back, I think I walked. I got on first. They hit a ball to the outfield. I went first to third. On the way to first third, just strained the groin. Pow! Round to second. Limped into third. Okay, so now I'm hurt. So I tell the trainer, I'm like, look, I think I strained it. I don't think it's popped. I think I'll be all right. I really don't want to go to Jupiter for rehab. They're like, no, we're going to keep you here. We're going to rehab you here. I'm like, perfect. So I'm rehab for a week. Then they're like, look, you got All-Star break in 2 weeks. Let's not push it this week and re-injure it when you're going to have 3 weeks off. Mm-hmm. You'd be ready to go after All-Star break. I said, great. So I took 2 weeks off, rehab, training, swinging, still staying in shape, working out. Come back from All-Star break. And they're like, all right, we're going to activate you Wednesday. You're playing Wednesday. So, okay, cool. Come in the locker room Wednesday. Name's not in the lineup. Walk in the office. Hey, what's the deal? We want you to run the bases today. Make sure you're good running the bases. Okay, cool. Run the bases. Everything's fine. 100%. Run wide open. I'm the fastest man on the field. Next day, come in. Name's not in the lineup. Man, what's the deal? We want you to run bases one more time. All right, go run bases again. Next day, come in there. Name not in the lineup. I walk in there. I'm like, look, I don't run bases 2 days in a row. What y'all want me to do? It's like, hey, they want you to go to Jupiter this weekend to play 3 rehab games. And after that 3rd rehab game, we're going to send you back to Pensacola with the team and get ready to go to Chattanooga. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, you want me to drive 10 hours to Jupiter to play 3 rehab games and then drive 10 hours back, get on a bus and go? It's a little fishy, right?
Yeah.
So I go down to Jupiter. Drove all day. Played down there 3 games. Had played really well. Feeling 100% ready to roll, right? After the game Sunday, I go to my manager in low A, or the low A team where I was rehabbing with. I know him. He's awesome. Hey, Nelly, appreciate everything, man. I'm out. He's like, whoa. You're staying with us another week. I'm like, are you kidding me? Stay down there another week, right? We travel. I'm going on the road with the low A team, which I'm talking about is like 18-year-old kids, okay? I'm by myself. So, go on the road, play 2 games on the road on Wednesday.
And these are kids got drafted straight out of high school.
Yeah. They're young guys. So we're playing a game Wednesday. After the game Wednesday, bring me in. After I got healthy, I'm wide open playing 100%. Hey, TA, man, we're going to have to move on from you. I'm like, well, no hard feelings, but I wish I had been man enough to tell me at the beginning because I knew when I left Pensacola I wasn't coming back. They got me. All they did was I got hurt. They replaced me, brought other guys in to take my spot, got me healthy and said, see ya.
They trade you or anything?
Nothing. I got told so many different things, man, and I felt bad because the people that were in charge of letting me go had no idea what was going on either.
Right.
That's how bad the communication was up top.
Yeah, that's pretty sorry.
You know what I mean? So they made me drive all the way down there, play, and then cut me loose, and I drive all the way. Man, hey, funny story was pointing at you with a bullet. My bad.
You're all right. A lot of people do that.
So look, the day I got cut, the day I got released, they drive me back to, or I take the bus back to Jupiter because we were in Clearwater, Florida. 3 hours, right? 3-hour bus ride to Jupiter. Get to Jupiter, get my truck, drive 14 hours straight to Dolphin Island. Sleep in my truck in the driveway of my house because my parents locked the door and I couldn't find the key. And got on the boat and went offshore fishing all day. Stayed up for like 25 straight hours.
When there is a trade, you don't have no choice in that, do you?
No choice.
It's just, hey, we're going with this guy and you're going here.
You have no choice, man. The manager does not make the lineup out. He has sent a lineup from the people up top.
General manager.
Yeah, literally. Hey, play these guys right here. Like the manager has no pull. Nothing. It's the most unbelievable thing. That's why Major League Baseball is going downhill. Because it's nothing but a bunch of nerds in baseball. People cannot go to a game. These people cannot go to a game and watch the game and say, hey, that guy's a baseball player. They got to go to the game with a computer and be like, oh, let's see what kind of spin rate he's got going. Does he hit good?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of exit velo has he got? No, it's not that. It is a baseball game. It's not a math test.
I agree with you on that. They're ruining baseball with all the...
That is why I am done with it. I'm done with it. Because baseball players like me, I'm a gritty baseball player. I know how to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not going to flash these great big numbers on some analytic chart.
Yeah.
You know?
No, and baseball has become nothing but... Well, first of all, pitching, is king, right? And then the pitching has gotten so darn good that the hitting has suffered, because, my gosh, they've got it down, how many the spin rate on their fastball or their curveball. Well, they got everything calculated into a number, and they know, they can basically calculate the outcome of the game if it goes.
Yeah, they are taking the baseball people out of baseball and replacing them with nerds.
Oh yeah,
and I'm sorry, but that is the truth. I lived it for
science,
3 years.
Yeah, they're going to science rather than just raw talent.
They're gonna take a decision away from a manager who's been in the game for 40 years, who's been around the block, knows the game. They're gonna take. He don't make the decision. We're gonna let this nerd over here behind the computer who just got a degree last year make the decision. Mm-hmm. That is just the most unbelievable thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's crazy. And even in college,
he'll tell you in college they're trying to come bring it in college.
It's crazy. Like my first year at Mississippi State, I never heard anything about spin rate, nothing like that, because I was in there catching them every day. Never heard nothing. And then next year, we started hearing about it. By last year, that's all they wanted to talk about was the spin rate. They watched their mechanics on the TV in between pitches. It would take them 45 minutes to throw 30 pitches.
Yeah, it's
Because-
not. Hey, Johnny, we're not worried about throwing a strike. Let's see what my spin rate's doing.
Yeah.
Throw it over the plate.
We don't.
Yeah.
They didn't
Please.
care. They didn't care where it went. They just wanted. They wanted to see the pitchers. They didn't care. They just wanted to see what the spin was. If the spin was good, that's all they cared about. I was back there blocking balls going over
Can't
my
throw it over
head.
the plate.
It's
Well,
rough.
we've had this conversation with Greg Maddox.
Threw 88 miles an hour.
On his best day.
And
You
let me
know-
tell you what, he would make you feel like you'd never want to play baseball
Yeah, you're
again.
dang right. He'd hurt your feelings. I mean, and he would hit his spot no matter what. And that was the thing. Like, that's baseball. Like,
That's the beauty of the game.
and the mental game that Greg Maddox played with you, though. I mean, because you know it's coming. Like, it's 88 miles an hour on its best day, and its changeup is 80 on its best day. And you
Slider
know,
here and there.
Yeah, and he had a mean changeup, but that it wasn't this calculated thing, you know. Like Greg Maddox just went out there and he got pissed off and he pitched a phenomenal game and he won, you know, and he was a great Hall of Fame pitcher.
Yeah.
He competed.
But-
he competed each and every day throwing strikes. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all pitching is. You throw strikes. Let them hit it. See what the defense.
They-
do.
Location is
And-
everything.
That
I'm
was
telling-
my problem back in high school, John Paul. You remember one time I told you I pitched?
Yeah, but I think you
Can't
suck.
throw it over the
bet-
plate.
I bet-
If
no,
you
I
cannot
throw
throw it
it-
over the plate, you cannot
I could
pitch.
throw it over
Yeah.
the plate.
I don't care how hard you throw.
I was a senior and
Man,
I
I could've-
begged the coach to let me pitch. I said, let me pitch JV game. He said, I kept on. Let me pitch JV game. Let me pitch. He
I mean-
finally let me in there. First 7 batters, just pow, pow, pow. I think at
Give
one
me out,
point,
give me out.
I think at one point they done got the manager over there to hitting off of him. He come out to the mound. He done pulled me out of the game. He said, "Don't ever ask me to pitch again." I just put my head down.
This is no lie.
I could throw strikes. And my spin rate was off. I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's,
what it was.
what it was. No, the thing about it, in pro ball, man, we would get a sheet full of bar graphs of all this different analytical bull crap about what you need to do better. I'm like,
Really?
look, man, okay. They're like, we don't worry about average. I'm like, listen, if my average is high, I'm gonna hit home runs. Okay, that's how it works. Okay, don't tell me about average. We're not worried about your average. We're gonna see if you can hit the ball hard. I'm like, well, if I hit my average high, I'm probably hitting it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's the
that's
most
a dumb-
unbelievable stat, the way to think about hitting I've ever thought of in my life. Because I mean, ever since I've played baseball, man, I was embarrassed if I was hitting under 300. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that should be your strive. Like, watched all the guys before, Chipper Jones, all those guys. Man, I'm trying to hit 300.
Yeah,
If I'm hitting
300 is the mark.
If I'm hitting 300, I'm helping us win.
yeah.
My slugging percentage will be there. My doubles will be there. My homers will be there. My RBIs will be there. All of it.
Yeah,
know?
if you can hit 300 or above, you can play in the major leagues.
That's
anytime.
it.
I mean,
That's it.
that way you used to be able to. Apparently
Billy Bean
now.
said it doesn't matter how you get on base.
You get on.
Just
Just
get on base. That's it.
At the end of the day, it's all about winning the game, right?
Yep.
Is it not?
That's it. That all that matters is a scoreboard game, ain't it?
That's it.
But that is crazy that it's so calculated like that, and that they don't. Which I guess when it becomes all about money, that's what it becomes all about, you know. And all they do, you know, it's like you're talking about bringing in a trade. They spend whatever money. By gosh, they want him to play or
But
whatever.
he's gonna play.
whether he's good or not. You know?
There's just I was out playing both of them, and they were like, I'm like, what else can I do to get in line? I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. They're gonna play these two guys because they just spent a lot of money on them.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
like,
right.
well, do I need to learn how to catch? And then I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, this is unbelievable. This is absolutely unbelievable. And you know, and finally, I just said, you know what? I prayed before this last year. I prayed this prayer right here. I said, Lord, if I'm not supposed to be in baseball, don't let me waste my time in it.
Go.
Dude, I'm not going to travel around the country playing minor league baseball, making $30,000 a year.
Oh, I don't blame you. Yeah.
That ain't happening.
Going all the time.
Gone all the time, away from my family.
I get it. I mean, it's,
Now, if I could play at Duty Noble for 20 years,
Yeah, you did that, wouldn't you?
hey, you
in a
can make
heartbeat.
a killing at Duty Noble right now.
in a heartbeat,
I mean,
because that's passion.
yeah. I mean, heck, now you have kids not going, you know, waiting a year to when they could get drafted in like the second round or third round.
Yeah.
They can make more money in college.
The high school kids right now are getting the shaft.
Yeah, they are.
They are, because
There's no more development.
there's no more development.
Yeah.
No more, because
There's
and
no more
that
taking a
and
chance.
that and because if I am LSU, okay, and I got deep pockets, Why am I going to rely on a high school senior,
Yeah.
incoming freshman, when I can go over here to A&M and get a player?
He better be Arch Manning.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Or, pick a baseball player, if you want.
Exactly.
But, I mean, yeah.
So the JUCO route is a very smart route, especially after it doesn't count against your 4 years of eligibility anymore.
Yeah, that's what I was.
But there's going to be 30-year-old players playing in the SEC.
Yeah.
That's what's about to happen.
Well, you remember our last year, we had, who was it? Carlisle?
Yeah.
How old was he? 28?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, dog.
He was 28.
28, 29 years
My
old.
kids
son.
came to watch the game.
Yeah,
by the
you
way.
got the whole family there.
I'm 21. He's
Well, see,
28 years old.
At that point, do you think it sort of diminishes or does away with the single A and double A ball? Because your college would be your finishing program.
Yeah, well, that's what.
I think they're going to do away with A ball. I think it's going to be double A and big leagues, double A, triple A, because they're going to quit paying all these folks. They're going to shrink all that down to save money.
That's
You know
actually
what I mean?
really smart, Craig, because there's actually been, pilot people have that.
They're going to eliminate all that,
of
dude. They're going to try. They're money
making
folks.
college is going to become the new, double A, triple A.
Well, if they're paying them, I mean, they've got to start treating these college kids, football and everything. I mean, they can't keep letting them jump in and out because there's no commitment there. If you're paying them NIL, you're an employee. They got to have some kind of contract that's got some teeth to it to where they can't just go here, there, and jump ship because right now they pretty much can be one and done. And
they can go as many many times. It's pretty.
Yeah, I
crazy.
guess they're all just signing 1-year contracts, most of them.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't even think it's a
I don't think
contract.
it's a 1 year. I think you can leave whenever you want to.
I think they just sign an agreement of, hey, you're going to get paid this amount of month. I don't even know if it's a well, they include some things, yeah.
It's not like this anymore. A coach can't sit in his office and have a player walk in and ask him about what he's got to do to get better. He walks in asking, hey, where's my money, coach?
Yeah.
I would turn around. I'd be like,
And that's the
leave.
conversation that's happening. And then the bad thing is you can't let this kid find out how much this kid's making, because if he finds out, he's been here for 4 years, this kid's a freshman.
That's the number one problem you got with NIL right there. You just hit the nail on the head. Is jealousy in the locker room, because you got Johnny over here is making $300,000, and you got Timmy over here who's not getting anything. You think they're going to get along?
Nope.
No, he's going to be mad,
And he's going to want
and he's
more
going to
money.
be boastful. Mm-hmm. That's the problem you got.
Yep. And you can't afford to pay the guy who's been there for 4 years, because you're paying this guy, a killing, and this guy's pissed off, rightfully so, because he ain't,
What kind of team chemistry is that going to have?
Yeah.
There needs to be a
You
cap.
can look far as NIL in the
Yes.
college, far as it making a difference. You can look no further than Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They were the doormat of the SEC. They've got the money to go buy players
Hey,
now.
Pavia I was believing in old Pavia there for a minute.
They're not the doormat anymore.
If we, oh man, I don't know.
And I was listening to a podcast the other day. You was talking about that Vanderbilt now has about $15 million in NIL to spend on football.
Yeah, I wonder what
about
we
the
got. I
money-
guarantee you we got
money's not their
500,000.
Yeah, it's the
We don't have a lot. We don't have
academic
that
part.
much.
All right, we'll wrap it up with some random fun questions, and then if y'all go ahead.
Tanner, we talked about at lunch. So what are you doing? I know you're doing your speaking and all now. Are you doing anything like training kids in baseball?
For sure. So I do a lot of baseball camps and individual work, man. I just do it mainly with anybody that wants to get better, preferably high school kids or anybody that's like 13, 14 area.
Yeah.
The young kids I have fun with, but I feel like, I don't want to waste my time with them when there's a kid that's 14 years old who's about to go through that wants to be good and needs some direction. I feel like I need to spend my time with them, and I do that a lot. And because I tell people all the time, man, when I was that age, I had really good baseball people in my life, baseball mentors who walked me down the road, what I needed to do, make the right decisions, which way to practice, way to prepare, work out, all that stuff, kept me doing the right things, and it made a difference in my career. So for me, I love working with a young man who is hungry to be great, be good. You know what I mean? Because we get along really good. We think the same. You know what I mean? So that's what I've been doing, and I've really enjoyed it, man. I have a blast doing it. It almost wants me to get into coaching.
Yeah.
It does, but then again, I don't know. I like the speaking thing I got going too.
Gotcha. Okay.
So we'll see. It's just we'll see. I enjoyed it a lot.
Gotcha.
Well, all right. Well, fellas, we appreciate it.
Hey, man, we had a blast.
I
God
think
bless.
we could sit here and talk all day, but nobody wants to hear me do that. So, anyway, the show First of all, it's brought by Brooks Custom Application. If you are a farmer out there and you have any application needs, give John Paul, Craig, Tyler a call. It's free to talk to them. Get a consultation. See if they can help you. See if they can save you money. It's free. Might as well call us if you need us. That was a terrible ending to that. But
let Luke Hancock swing for the fences for your insurance needs.
Yeah,
throw that plug in there.
Appreciate it,
Luke. If you do need any insurance needs, or you do have any insurance needs, call Luke. And where can everybody find your social media?
Shoot me a message on Instagram if you need anything.
Do you offer training?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Where are you training out of?
So I've done Madison, Mississippi. I've done Meridian, Starkville. I mean, everywhere. I travel a lot doing it. So if normally how it works is if you want to come or you want me to work with your son, I will 100% love to. But just get his friends to come too. You know what I mean? I love working with a group of guys that want to get better. So that's normally how it goes.
So, but you will take anybody who...
Anybody, yeah.
Okay.
If you shoot me a message on Instagram about doing that, I will definitely
That's what I was
get
really
back with
asking.
you.
I mean, I heard that you were doing it. I was just making sure before I said...
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
So, yeah, if y'all have a kid needs training, call Tanner. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook.
All of it.
All of it? Okay. So, y'all go check him out. We really do appreciate it, y'all.
I enjoyed it.
And make sure if you're watching this, hit the like and subscribe button. And because these guys took the time out of their busy schedule to come sit down and do this with us today. So if you appreciate it and you liked what you heard, they shared a lot of cool behind the scenes stories. Give them a like, give them a thumbs up, and share the video.
And if somebody offers you some king cake this week,
tell them to take a hike.
The mess out of my face.
To the birds with them.
We gotta get a picture, guys. I gotta.